Did you know that history has seen both bars and heroes at the same time? What is the war in the four countries of France? The answer must be the Vietnam War. Lila fought in this war for nearly 20 years. A total of 4 old and American fancy people were sent away. The brilliance of the whole war. Even World War II has to go back a little bit. So how did the Vietnam War break out? June 1858. Mask Chan, Vietnam. This piece of fat has been Napoleon III for a long time. To protect missionaries, United Spain filled the intellectual occupation of Vietnam. To completely reduce Vietnam to a colony, France's fairy tale policy in Vietnam. First, support the locals of Vietnam, but not control the common people. Then I found a lot of people who will say, French Vietnamese. Force Vietnamese people to learn French, euphemistically called. French is the coolest language in the world. The Vietnamese people are stunned. French dig or not, they don't know. But this Chilligwalla is not true. Catchy Chinese. The French don't care about you and force the Vietnamese to build a church to recuperate. Forcibly re-engraved Vietnam as a second France. Good Vietnam, just like France, confused colonization for more than half a century. November 11th, 1918. With the end of the First World War, France, the victorious power, invited the warring nations to the Palace of Versailles in Paris. Keep celebrating. Paramorphic stone man Wilson. As the biggest winner, he must be the first to close and speak. Wilson raises his glass. Shout out to all the colonies on the Blue Star. You should learn from our old beauty. Should be independent. This is a drunken talk. It was passed on to a person named. In the ears of the young man from Nguyen Bai Cheng. The boy went up in an instant when he heard it. Leading a group of patriots, run directly to Lau Mei Hope. Lau Mei can lend a helping hand to help Vietnam become independent. Wilson can't handle this operation anymore. I'm just relying on alcohol. Then who, Leah? Why did someone really believe it? Wilson can only play sloppy? Fart on your own wine table. Don't take it to heart. The soft emperor city dedicated to restoring Vietnam's independence closed the door. Helpless. He can only work part-time while promoting Vietnamese independence. From a handsome young boy turned into a bald little old man. He never gave up. June 1940. Hitler in Germany took only 38 days. Put the French bar up and surrender. Nguyen Bai Cheng takes a look. The famous people of colonial Vietnam are all down. Is it finally time for Vietnam to become independent? But before Nguyen Bai Cheng's smile disappeared from his face, the little book suddenly jumped out and landed in Vietnam again. At first, the Vietnamese thought, the little devil is here to help him drive away French devils. As soon as the little devil goes ashore, he will be the main anti-guest. Occupy Vietnam. Nguyen Bai Cheng was in a hurry. These devils. Do you want to avoid our Vietnam stock chicken feathers? Let you take turns obsessed. In 1941, Nguyen Bai Cheng brought up lessons learned from the 8th Route Army. Return to Vietnam. Start shaking people to form an independent alliance. Prepare to tilt your head with the colonists. Among the many alliance members, Ruan Bai Cheng just took one more look in the crowd. He identified a history teacher named Wu Yuanmei. It's my right-hand man. $5. Small Japper. There is little interest in restoring knowledge of Vietnamese independence. The reason why he joined the Viet Minh, just to avenge the murder of his wife and family. In order to get rid of Little Japper, Yu Meng uses guerrilla warfare learned from the canvas. 10-6 characters. Hit the little Japanese fixed head regardless of the ground. Little Japan was made to cry. Damn it, I can't see where Yu Meng came from. Died by March 1945. In order to relieve the pressure on the Pacific battlefield, see Ruan Bai Cheng helping to bar Japper. I also heard that Nguyen Bai Phan fought for the independence of Vietnam. The whole struggle became a little old more. Roosevelt, the fossil man at the time, was very moved. So he began to send aid to the King of Yu and promised to bring down Japper. The day of Vietnam's independence, Ruan Bai Cheng was overjoyed. But I'm also a little worried about being hungry. I don't know the President of the United States. Is it the same as your ex? He is also a master who puts on his pants and does not recognize people. At this time, Little Japan has become the tomb of robbers. For a last-ditch effort, Little Japan locked all the grain in the warehouse. I would rather the rice go bad. Don't give a single grain to the Vietnamese. According to incomplete statistics, the Vietnamese famine killed 2 million people. With the support of Lau Mei, Ruan Bai Cheng, the waste pole is also hard. Led Yu Meng and began to invest in granaries and distribute them to the people. This time, Ruan Bai Cheng was apotheosized in the battle. The common people seem to see a savior. They all support Nguyen Bai Cheng. By 1945, Little Japper suddenly received 2 large grenades. The old Jade man chose to surrender every minute. Ruan Bai Cheng takes a look. Feng Shui turns. Now it's finally Vietnam's turn to become independent. But I never expected. Japan has just laid down. France is fucking out a guy.